Welcome everybody to 11:30 at 11:30, highlights from the Silver Linings Playbook. For those of you who may be joining us for the very first time, I started doing this on a daily basis, so every morning at 11:30 I'm here with uplifting news, or hopefully uplifting or helpful information to assist you during this challenging time when we're all locked down and unable to pursue life as usual, to say the least. So we do 11 minutes and 30 seconds, and that's my promise to you, because that's actually the normal length of a segment on my radio show, Change It Up Radio. And so I figured since my head was already working in that direction, I'd just stay with it, especially because most of us don't need a lot of mental challenges right now. So first I want to tell you about some firsts that I experienced over the weekend. I missed you guys, and but had some cool things happen. First of all, my neighbors and I were out on the front porch at 8 o'clock every evening, clapping, cheering. I had a bowl. I can't think of the kind of bowl, but it's a bronze, and I was doing my bowl and putting beautiful vibrations out into the air. And on the first night, the security guards in the golf carts down on the golf course started flashing their lights back at us and all of that, so that was exciting. I felt very much in solidarity with the Europeans who have been doing that, to thank their healthcare workers, first line responders, and all of those critical people right now. And to that group I want to add teachers. My neighbor Tori is a teacher, and I have been able to see firsthand how much she cares and how hard she works. And there's this whole new deal going on now. For those of you who don't have children, may not know, they're having to invent something called distance learning. And nobody's ever really been there before. So next time you see somebody you know is a teacher, you might want to say thank you for your service to them as well, because they're working hard to try to take care of our children and keep educating our children during a time that nobody has lived through before. Another first that I can't wait to share with you. Okay, I had my first toilet paper dream last night, and I got to tell you, I woke up with my heart pounding, trying to get my pack of toilet paper. It was a crazy dream. I won't bore you with all the details, but I was in a gift store and all of a sudden noticed packages of toilet paper, and as I moved toward them, they were disappearing. It was, anyway, craziness. So my first toilet paper dream. Love to know if any of you have had those dreams yet. But I got to tell you, I was truly heart pounding, in a state of panic that my toilet paper wasn't coming toward me. And we had our first Zoom happy hour. Myself, my two children, Aaron and Casey, my brother Craig and his wife Marilyn, and my oldest high school friend, not that she's old, but we've been dear friends since high school, Patty Garfield, and Carol Kladinsky with her. We just had a great time. I mean, we had such a good time. It was 3 hours later when we were finally saying goodbye. So if any of you haven't tried Zoom happy hours, I highly recommend them. Of course, you want to have a large glass of water by your side, which I did, so that you can pace yourself, so that the next day you'll remember what a good time you had at that Zoom happy hour. Okay, other cool things that happened over the weekend. Hopefully some of you have heard Neil Diamond's new version of Sweet Caroline. My favorite part, of course, is the chorus where he says, hands, washing hands, reaching out, don't touch me, I won't touch you. I loved it, and I'm loving how many celebrities are stepping out and doing creative things and doing their part to help us all stay cheered up and able to handle all this time at home. So let's be supportive of everybody out there who are giving us laughs, giving us music, doing so many great things for us. And by the way, speaking of music, you remember my nephew Patrick will be doing healing sound bath concerts every Tuesday nights with the crystal bowls. And I'll be sure I post that link again on this page so you can find it. They do it Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. And it's a great way to wind down and then just head for bed after that. It's wonderful. So some other cool things going on out in the world. There was a town that decided that they needed cheering up, so everybody's put their Christmas lights back up and they're lighting them up every night. I love that idea. And then there was some good news. The Wisconsin Humane Society in 5 days got 159 animals adopted and 160 into foster care. They just like cleared the whole place. Now that's really, really wonderful. I've actually been thinking myself about maybe adopting a dog. It's a great time, since you've got time to train them, time to be with them and all of that, but I haven't made a move yet. We'll see. I loved the story about opera in Memphis. They've put it on like a truck and they're taking it down the street singing all this beautiful opera music in Memphis, Tennessee. And Bono, created his first new song in about 3 years, and it's called Let Your Love Be Known. And it's for the Italians who inspired it. And it takes in St. Patrick's Day that we all know never happened, for all intents and purposes. And I thought it was really cool that the Germans in a Bavarian town called Bamberg stood on the rooftops and opened their windows and sang together a song called Bella Ciao, which is an Italian resistance song, and they did it in solidarity with Italy. So beautiful things are happening. Oh, and the people of Long Island have started putting stuffed animals in their windows so that the children will have something fun to look at when they walk by. So there are many beautiful things happening. People are connecting. People are doing things for each other. Oh, in my own Rotary group right here in Rancho Santa Fe in California, one of our members, Don Meredith, stood outside a coffee shop for hours over the weekend to give out masks to people who needed them, to our other members who haven't been able to get any kind of mask. He also hooked me up on Friday and, and provided me with 2 N95s for my parents who are in their 90s. So bless you, Don Meredith. I'm so grateful to you, and those went right in overnight mail. So Mom and Dad should have them today by the latest. So there are good things going on out there, and I want to share, let me see how we're doing time-wise. I want to share a little information that may be helpful to you. Remember last week I talked a bit about the fact that right now we're a world full of grievers. Every single person in the world has pretty much lost life as we knew it. And even if normal comes back, many people are saying they'll never be normal the way it was. There'll be a new normal, and maybe it'll be even better. Who knows? But even though normal will come back, right now we're going through a grief period. There are many, many things we've lost. We've lost our freedom. We've lost the ability to hug our friends, to gather and be together in our meetings, in our whatever kinds of gatherings we might want to have. Weddings have been canceled. School is out. And as much as that may surprise a lot of you, for a lot of children, that's really a sad thing. You know, going to school, being with their friends, being with their teachers, learning from their teachers. A tough thing. And by the way, I want to also put accolades out today for the parents who are struggling right now to be teachers to their children, because that's not easy. I was an elementary school teacher. It's a tough job. You know, it takes training. Just because we all went to school doesn't mean we know how to be teachers. So I really want to just shout out the teachers who not only are trying to do right by our children, they're trying to create something new in the field. You know, as they're moving through it, they're trying to create something new. So shout outs to them. But one of the things I wanted to talk about today, and let me just check my time, make sure that we're good. Oh dear. I'm not going to be able to talk about it today because we're down to our last 25 seconds. But tomorrow, join me, because I want to talk to you about things that are good to say and things that are not good to say to people who are in stress, trauma, or pain. Because we're pretty much in one of those boats today, all of us. And I think since we're having more conversations than we used to, and we're connecting in different ways, then, oops, why do I always have a hard time figuring out how to turn that off? We want to be saying things to each other that are helpful, that matter, that count. So please join me tomorrow at 11:30, and we're going to get right into talking about things that will be helpful to say to your friends and your family, and things that would not be a good idea to get into. And before I say goodbye, I'm putting on my eyes so I can see some of the people that are here. Oh gosh, it's so good to see. Hey Gloria, I know my mom and dad are there. And Kathy, Dwayne, Mark. Oh, good to see you guys. Thank you for being here. And remember guys, if you enjoy these segments, please share them with others so we can start getting more and more smiles happening out there. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll be talking about what to say when you don't know what to say. All right, bye-bye. Have a great day.